The Sharon Hill police officers each now face 12 criminal counts of manslaughter and reckless endangerment. Fanta Bility died when bullets went flying outside of the Academy Park football stadium back on August 27. The DA's office says the gunfire from their weapons struck and killed Fanta.
The incident happened after the Academy Park Pennsbury football game back on August 27th. That's when witnesses told police 18-year-old Haseen Strand and 16-year-old Angelo Ford got into a verbal fight before each pulled out guns and started firing at each other.
Welcome to Straddled Events. On this channel, we talk about controversial issues around the world, and we bring you the truth. Sometimes the truth is quite ugly, unbearable, and you just don't want to deal with it. But on this channel, you're going to get it anyway. Most of you are straddling the fence between good versus evil, right versus wrong. And on this channel, we're going to tell you to do better. Let's go.
These babies that didn't deserve it, that didn't fucking deserve it. Breonna Taylor didn't fucking deserve it. Trayvon Martin didn't fucking deserve it. Fanta Bility didn't fucking deserve it. Fanta should be making flower crowns for her family. But she's dead, and she won't be coming back. This state will continue to kill us, will continue to kill our people, until we can kill this system.
Fanta Bility was an 8-year-old girl who was loving, funny, kind, and had a smile that would light up the room, according to her family. And according to her pictures, that's exactly what I see. A beautiful girl. Fanta Bility and her family decided to go to a high school game on August the 27th. And because of them doing something that families do, that children do, just because they went to this game, her life was snuffed out just like that. It all happened because two idiots, Angelo A.J. Ford, 16 years old, and Haseen Strand, 18 years old, decided to get into a dispute at the game and open fire.
That doesn't make any goddamn sense.
At the stadium when the game was being let out in a suburban Philadelphia high school football area. Seriously? To add insult to injury, these three idiots, jerks, the police officers, decide that, oh, we hear somebody shooting, so instead of them doing their proper investigation, they just immediately opened fire towards a car that Fanta and her family was in, along with a crowd of people. They shot 25 times with a 9mm gun, which left 9mm cartridges, casings, throughout the area. This is what happened to this beautiful little girl. So now my issue with this is that this happened August the 27th. People had to protest. People had to go before the council to ask for the officers to be fired.
Out of a job tonight, 3 police officers from Sharon Hill, Delaware County will be on the force no more. This after township officials voted overwhelmingly to fire the men in connection with the shooting death of a little girl. Thursday night, I'm Rick Williams, and the big story on Action News is a vote by the Sharon Hill Borough Council concerning the fate of 3 police officers who allegedly shot and killed 8-year-old Fanta Bility back in August. The officers fired their guns into a crowd of people last summer, and tonight they not only face criminal charges, but now unemployment as well. Action News reporter Dan Cuellar covered tonight's council meeting and is live in Sharon Hill with the full story. Dan.
Well, Rick, the 3 officers have yet to have their day in court on their guilt or innocence, but tonight they are already out of a job, setting off chaos among residents who supported the idea and those who did not.
They're not even convicted. It's what he did.
There was anger among Sharon Hill residents after the Borough Council voted to fire Sharon Hill officers Devin Smith, Sean Dolan, and Brian Devaney. Each had been charged by a grand jury with 12 criminal counts of manslaughter and reckless endangerment in the killing of 8-year-old Fanta Bility and the wounding of 3 others. The grand jury believed the officers, who were responding to a gunfight, acted recklessly when they fired at the wrong target and ended up firing into a crowd of people. Some residents tonight supported the firings.
If they look at us and they just firing into the crowd, there's a problem.
But many seem torn by the tragedy
and I still think they need to be held accountable for their mistakes.
and believe firing the officers was not right.
I know 2 of these officers very well, and, you know, they're great people. They would do anything for the community. You know, it's unfortunate this little girl died, and, like, it drives me crazy, and it kills me.
We don't want to get to the point where our officers are afraid to stop crime because they are going to go to jail and be held accountable.
But then there was no public discussion among council members, just a vote on whether to fire the officers.
President Tanya Allen.
Aye.
Vice President Keith Martinez.
Aye.
Councilor Sandra Holcomb. 6 aye, 1 no.
Come on!
Now, the 3 officers were not present for tonight's vote, but already their high-profile attorneys earlier this week proclaimed their innocence. The officers face a preliminary hearing on January 27th. Live here in Sharon Hill, I'm Dan Cuellar, Channel 6.
It took from August the 27th up until January the 27th, it seems like, if I'm not mistaken about the date, that these officers have just went up on charges for the killing of this 8-year-old girl. Now, I'm not saying that these officers are bad people. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that they made a terrible choice to shoot at the crowd of people. And because of their actions, they have to pay the consequences for their actions. An 8-year-old girl lost her life. On the other hand, the 2 idiots who started it, the 16-year-old and the 18-year-old, where are their parents? Why were you out there at a high school game shooting at each other like you fools? I guess big idiots raised the little idiots.
Very possible that these big idiots have made a huge mistake by having these little idiots.
One of the parents, which was, I haven't seen anything about Hassan's grandparents, made a statement about anything. He just pled guilty to the charges, and he's been quiet. And I think that's exactly what A.J. Ford's parents should have done, was just shut your ass up and be quiet, because had it not been for your child interacting with another child with a firearm, this would not have ever happened to this 8-year-old girl. But yet you want to get on this television and make a statement. Your son just needed to be quiet and deal with the consequences of his actions. That is what this is about. People dealing with the consequences of their actions. You just cannot go around and treat people any kind of way and do things to people and act like it is okay. It is not okay.
It's at this moment that people should realize their choices, their individual choices really do matter.
It should not have to take people to protest. It should not have to take people to tell you as a grown adult to do the damn right thing. You made a mistake. You shot in the wrong direction at the wrong people and you killed the innocent 8-year-old girl. That is what you did. And for you two teenagers, you made a mistake, a huge one. You decided to go to a high school game and pull out a firearm that created this problem in the beginning, when your asses should have been on somebody's job at 16 and 18 years old, working part-time job while you go to school. That's where your ass should have been. You wouldn't have been in this trouble.
What you need is a good old-fashioned ass whooping.
I need to ask the parents to do better. I need y'all to do better with y'all kids. Y'all damn kids out of control. You need to do better. Your children need to do better. And y'all police officers definitely need to do better, because that was ridiculous. I know darn well you did not go to the academy to learn that you just turn around and bust caps in the middle of a crowd of women, children, probably old people, because people like that go to high school games. You put everybody's lives in danger that day. You deserve to pay whatever price you need to pay for your actions. And next time, don't let it be a protest that have to make people do the right thing. Just do the damn right thing. Damn. What is wrong with y'all? Get yourself together and do the right thing and cut this nonsense out. Do better next time. Damn.
But I just think enough is enough.
Say her name. What is her name? Say her name! What is her name? Say her name!
The hope is that we are in the middle, we are in the midst of a revolution. And if you can't see that, tonight is your wake-up call. We are in the midst of a revolution.
He's so fucking loud. We gotta show them that they can't fuck with us who do. Because this is a black movement. And we don't need to depend on allies. We shouldn't depend on allies.
Blood is gonna be on the ground. Tears are gonna be spilled. Lives might be lost. That's the realities of it. Sacrifices are gonna have to be made. But we're gonna get what we need. And we're gonna get it now. And we're gonna take it. I'm no longer demanding justice. We're gonna take it.
Each charged with 12 counts of manslaughter and reckless endangerment in connection to the death of Fanta Bility, plus the wounding of 3 others.
These officers made a split-second decision to return fire. We trust them to get that decision right, and they got it horribly wrong.
Delaware County District Attorney Jack Stolzheimer says the incident happened after the Academy Park Pennsbury football game back on August 27th. That's when witnesses told police 18-year-old Hassan Strand and 16-year-old Angelo Ford got into a verbal fight before each pulled out guns and started firing at each other. Police say the 3 Sharon Hill officers were at the game helping people exit at the time. When the officers heard the shots, a grand jury found the officers collectively returned fire, shooting 25 times and striking 8-year-old Bility, killing her.
There was a lot of evidence to get through here.
And there's another update in the case. In November, the district attorney announced Ford and Strand faced first-degree murder charges, but no longer.
We have withdrawn murder charges against the 2 juveniles who started the series of tragic events that evening.
As Ford awaits trial for other charges, Strand pleaded guilty Tuesday to aggravated assault and illegal possession of a firearm. His father points out he should have never faced a murder charge.
It's obvious that the police bullets was responsible for all the shooting that took place.
The attorneys representing the 3 officers wrote in a statement, "These 3 good men are innocent and remain heartbroken for all who have suffered because of this senseless violence."